Hi everyone, welcome to today's training video. So this week has been all about amplifying your wealth mindset, and I've created a little training in order to try and help you move forward, move the dial forward on your wealth mindset, because it's absolutely critical. And this training is only going to be 10-15 minutes long. I've got a quick slide presentation as well for you. And but before I start, just wanted to kind of give a little bit of context about my background, because many of you don't really know me. And I tried for years to raise the bar on my income, my wealth status, if you like. I'd been, in employment, and then I started my own business, and I was always chasing the money at the end of the month. And I put huge amounts of effort in. I suddenly realized that there were ways of thinking about finances instead of just saying, I can't afford it, I can't earn enough, things are too expensive, I'll never get to that point where I can relax in terms of financial abundance. And I was visualizing, I was doing mantras, and I just got down to hoping and wishing and searching for a solution to improve my financial wealth, to support my commitments, my dreams, my family, and my visions. And what I didn't realize was all of that was just creating resistance, because it all came from a perception of lack, limitation, and self-sabotage, really. And I was hoping something would happen. But what was happening was a subconscious program, if you like, that was getting in the way. And that subconscious program was basically constantly saying, you're not good enough, okay? And just when I thought I was making progress, something would happen to unravel the progress I'd made. And then the doubt and the worry and the self-judgment and the blame and shame would start all over again. That cycle would start again. Maybe you recognize that pattern. And it was only when I realized it was a programming, it was a deep subconscious programming, that I really was able to actually get to the truth. And the truth is that we all deserve wealth. And I was able to start working at the blocks, the obstacles, the challenges, because deep down I knew that there were solutions. It was all within. And that's really what I want to kind of address a bit today, because the ego loves resistance and games. And if we don't address the challenges and the obstacles in our mind, we're always going to be taking one step forward and maybe two steps back. Or we might create some wealth, but it doesn't sustain, it isn't lasting, we can't sustain it. Or we might pay a heavy price somewhere else in our lives. So let's just dive into this presentation. And what I'm going to do is just share my screen with you. So you just bear with me. Here we go. Okay. So your worth determines your wealth. Okay. And what I realized is that as soon as I started working not on my wealth, but on my self-worth, and I started addressing those basically toxic programs within my mind, that's when things started to change. Okay. And I realized that we're all born deserving of wealth. And when we embrace that, when we are able to receive that within ourselves, things start to actually change radically. And what I found was, when I got the self-worth graph going up, the wealth graph went up as well, because not only in terms of finances, but in terms of opportunities and relationships and even health. So self-worth really is, I believe, a really fundamental ingredient if you want to improve your wealth. Okay. And this is not just about getting more money. This is about having a wealth mindset. And wealth can mean so many different things to so many people. And when I changed my focus on just, I need more money, to, I want to be more prosperous and abundant with my energy, with my relationships, with my opportunities, with my experiences, everything then cascaded into feeling more wealthy. Okay. So, as I've said, low self-worth usually determines a scarcity mindset. Okay. And that can either block us from achieving the wealth we desire, or what happens is we get results, we accumulate finances, but we are unable to sustain that wealth. And potentially what also happens is we make rapid progress and we think, yeah, this is fantastic, but we pay a huge price either in our health or our relationships or some other area in our life. So this is about a more holistic approach to gaining that wealth. And, you know, a lot of network marketing businesses really attract people with the dream of financial freedom. And in my experience, you know, if you don't have a wealth mindset, if you don't have a wealth mindset that is congruent, in alignment with your own self-worth, the chances of gaining that success in your MLM business are going to be hugely challenging. I'm not saying it's not going to happen, but what we want to be able to do is embrace the flow of wealth. Okay. So in order to embrace that flow of wealth, we have to address three key things. That feeling of not deserving wealth and success. Okay. I'm not good enough. I'm not intelligent enough. I don't understand money. I just don't have the right education or the right background, the right contacts, connections, whatever it may be. Nothing outside of us can influence how we feel about or influence our success. It's an inside job. So we've got to address those feelings of not feeling worthy of success and wealth. And that relates as well to how we value ourselves, how we value who we are, how we value our services. So I don't know if you're in a products-based business or a service-based business, but if you don't have a real deep valuation of those products and services, as well as yourself and in your own abilities and skills and inner genius and the impact that you can make, you're going to find yourself coming up against resistance, okay, in terms of attracting the right people, getting distracted from your mission, your vision. And what happened when I started out was I was constantly looking for the silver bullet, the quick fix, the shortcut, and I was distracting myself with new tricks, tools, strategies, social media tools, and get rich quick schemes, marketing hacks, and all the time that was building resistance because I wasn't in alignment with who I was. I didn't value myself, and I was constantly looking outside of myself to gain that wealth. And I promise you, the answer lies within. And in essence, this is kind of the challenging work, but it's also the easiest because you don't have to go and get additional trainings and so on. You've just literally got to understand what's going on. And you've just got to give yourself the opportunity to really connect with the truth, which is that you deserve it. You're good enough and you have all the resources at your fingertips. So we need to address these three key things in order for us to move forward. And to move forward, what we need to develop, here's the key word, develop. This is an ongoing process, is that rock solid belief and trust in your own self-worth. You've got to really value you, because if you don't value and trust yourself, you can't really expect anybody else to do it for you, okay? And what is amazing is that when you start doing this, when you really believe and trust in who you are, value who you are, stand up for yourself and accept that you really matter, it's almost like the doors, the windows, everything starts opening up for you, because you start to attract other like-minded people, okay, into your business, because they will see and connect with your value, your authenticity, even your power. And that just makes growing your business so much easier, because you've got people wanting to be associated and connected with you. And it stops that chasing mindset, that mentality. It takes a huge amount of the effort and the doubt and the worry and the anxiety out of it. It makes it a more congruent, aligned, flowing way to build your MLM business, okay? And it, for me, what I realized that when I showed up as myself, somebody who valued what I was offering, valued who I was, I connected with some amazing people and my business grew. It only took a few people to help my business grow really, really rapidly. And it wasn't a result of what I had done previously in other businesses and other opportunities, which was chase, sell, try and convince. It was just, here, this is me, I've got something. If you're interested, come and have a look. And we got in conversations and things just took off very, very seamlessly, very easy. And I had no intention of building a business, of building a team. It just happened quite organically. And as a result of that, I became very focused on the pathway to achieving the results I wanted. I suddenly saw that there was a way forward. There was just a much more seamless, genuine, authentic way to connect with people, to help people, to make an impact. And as a consequence of that, my own results really just started to take off. So we need to look at these three things. We need to get these as part of our wealth mindset. So just before we continue, just want a quick shout out to Ben here. When I met Ben, he was a young guy, full of energy, enthusiasm, had really big plans and visions, but he was really struggling. He really struggled to get his services and get his products in the hands of the right people. And it was only when he addressed his own self-doubts, his own beliefs about who he was, what he was capable of, what his abilities really were, that things started to shift. And once he had actually got himself more aligned and actually really addressed what was going on subconsciously and stopped telling himself those stories that originated in lack, limitation, self-doubt, self-judgment, that life took off for him. And within the space of 12 months, he was the number one seller in his business, okay? And He got clear on who he was. He got clear on what he wanted. He got clear on how he was going to get there. And the rest is history, as they say. So just a little case study there of somebody who managed to literally just turn around. He just literally had to remove all of the obstacles, the things that were actually just clouding his thinking. And he was aware, and now he's working towards multiple six figures. So here we go. So in order to build our wealth mindset, in order to attract the wealth that we are all deserving of, what we need to do is we need to do three things. We need to understand and change your wealth story. Now, if you do not address the pain points, if you keep discarding them, ignoring them, hoping that they're going to go away, I'm sorry, I've got news for you. They're just going to amplify. They're going to get bigger. So we need to go in and find out what our pain points are, what our mindset is around wealth. What is the old programming? We need to rewrite the computer software, if you like. And only you can do that. Okay. So when you understand where your lack and limitation originates from, what your stories and beliefs are around money and wealth and status and success, then you can go to work and start changing those, because any thought has energy, and that energy is translating into your actions. So we change the thoughts, we change the beliefs, we change the energy, we change the actions, we get results. Number two, we really need to understand the principles of wealth and their relevance, because this is something I'd never, ever addressed. I struggled with numbers, and I just put my head in the sand and thought, I have got no idea. But all I did was I started looking at what the principles of wealth were. What are the laws around wealth? And it's all to do with energy. And basically, these are laws of the universe. So the laws of appreciation. What you appreciate appreciates. The laws of giving and receiving. The more you give, the more you receive, which is also called the law of reciprocity. I can't say it today. Basically, if you give, you're going to get back, but do it with, good intention and a good heart. How to really see wealth. It's not just all about money, but an abundance of everything, because we are all existing in a very, very abundant world, despite what your bank account might be saying. And it's that awareness that we have got this huge amount of prosperity and abundance around us. And there is money to be made everywhere. Okay. So there are some key principles of wealth, and something that might be worth understanding, worth looking into is, go and find out about how money operates. You go on YouTube. I spent many, many hours just researching, money lessons and all that sort of stuff, and just find out how people operate with wealth and how they generate wealth and what goes on around it. There's a woman called Michelle Masters, who's a great wealth coach. The information is there for you. And that leads me on to the third and final point, which is we actually need to understand that if we want something, we have to change our relationship with it. Okay, if we want more wealth, if we want more money into our business, we need to change our relationship, not from one that go, I need, because that creates resistance. We need to change that relationship and nurture it to one, I have everything. I have the ability, the resources, the opportunities. It's all around. And then we need to cultivate it. We need to set about cultivating it on a daily basis, not just one day a week or one day a month. It's a continual process. It's a mindset. It's a wealth mindset. And when you start changing that wealth mindset, when you start appreciating it and changing it from, I don't have enough, I'm not good enough, there isn't enough, and all the other stories, you will see it start to materialize in your world. And I don't want to get too hocus pocus about this, but it is literally a change in your dynamic, your energy, your perception, and basically how you relate to it. It's something that you need to build and work on. If you are in a relationship or starting a relationship or have had a relationship, you invested time and effort into that. It's no different to money. Okay, it's no different to the relationship you have with your wealth, and it is absolutely linked to the relationship you have with yourself. So the better you get to appreciate yourself and understand yourself, the more you're going to open yourself up to attracting greater wealth, because they go hand in hand. Worth equals wealth. Okay, so really, this is a very high level view of the wealth and worth relationship. But I just want to encourage you to explore that and really to understand that you have the means, you have the resources, you have the business, you have the tools. But if the inner game is around low self-worth, low value of who you are, and negative self-talk about what you're capable of, what you're deserving of, it's going to be a real challenge for you to build up the resources of wealth. And I mean lasting wealth that you can look back on and A, feel pride in, B, make a greater impact in the world with, leave a legacy for your family, because I'm sure many of those things are part of your vision for your MLM business. So if you'd like a copy of these slides, stick a comment below. If you've got any questions, please reach out. And if you'd like to dive into how you can unlock your wealth mindset, then there's a link in the comments with my Calendly booking link, and let's jump on a call. Okay, so thank you for watching the training. Dive into your wealth mindset, see what's holding you back, change it. You can do it because you deserve it. Speak to you soon. Bye for now.